Hey, good afternoon. This is Jamie Halsey from the Pentecostals of Lebanon. As we talked about coming back, I'm going to give just a couple of minutes for people to join. Um, Anyone wants to join live, so give it just a minute or so.
Hi, Sean. Sean Delaney. He's on Instagram.
Hi, Sean. How you doing? All right, so we are going to talk tonight. We had talked about making some themes for this week, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Marriage Monday, which I'm going to talk for just a few minutes tonight about something in marriage. We're going to have Train Up Your Child Tuesday, so my wife is going to do that tomorrow night. We're going to have the Word Wednesday, and I'll do that one on Wednesday, and then we'll have Thursday, Friday as well. Do you remember what Thursdays was? Thankful Thursday. And then we're going to have Friday, which is Factual Friday. So we're going to try that this week, see how it goes, do some focused teaching just to help. So today is Marriage Monday. And I know various folks are listening each day. I know that some are married and some are not, and that's okay. I've learned through my life that I've heard a lot of different teaching. And sometimes I think, oh, well, that teaching's not for me, or this, there's no reason to go listen to this. But what I've learned is that I can pull something, I can glean something from every teaching that I've sat in. I can honestly tell you that, even being out in what we used to call Kids Power Hour, out with our young kids, and you hear a teaching that may be focused on a younger child, but I pull something out of it. So I just want to encourage you that let's listen to what's being said and apply it to your life, apply it to your marriage, apply it to you individually. One key factor in success in a successful marriage is being present. And I want to talk about that for a few minutes. Now, I want to let you know, I'm a fan of technology. I was not a Facebook fan. I am a Facebook fan now. I'm an Instagram fan because in the time that we're in, technology is allowing us to reach out and to communicate and to share and to stay connected. So I'm a fan of technology. Matter of fact, I work in the technology field. I've been doing it for many years, 25, 26 years. But I want to let you know, too, that technology can separate folks. Technology is a great communicator. It can bring us together, but it also has the ability to separate folks. Have you ever noticed two people that are married, or two people that are... We were at a restaurant with some friends last year, wasn't within the last week, but last year, and we're sitting at the table and we're having dinner with them, and we look over and the table beside us, there's four people sitting there, and every one of them are on their phone. I walked past them, I came back, they're on their phone the whole time, and I thought, the waitress even commented, she said, you know, they're out together. Should be a time of being together in this moment, living life together, but yet they're all separated in their own little world, in their own little virtual world. Technology allows people or couples to distance from each other. Allows them, like I just said, to be in their own little world. See, the key that God wants for us is to be present today. He wants us to be present in our relationship. He wants us to be present with our husband or with our wife. He wants us to be present with our kids. He doesn't want us to be off doing something else, even if it may be on some type of electronic device. He wants us to be present. And today's a new day. We need to live in every day as a new day. Every day that God gives us with our wife, our husband, our spouse, it is a blessing from Him. It gives us opportunities that we didn't have yesterday. When we concentrate our attention on the present, we're focusing on what's in front of us, the task at hand. It's allowing us to connect with the people that should mean the most to us. Unfortunately, I was looking at some statistics earlier at the number of people that divorce, and sadly that happens. And maybe some of us watching right now have gone through that. But it creates tension and it creates turmoil in a family But I'm here to tell you that God desires for us to have strong marriages. We'll talk about that just a little bit more. When we give our full attention to what we're doing and those around us, the outcome will always be good. It will. When we're focusing on growing, and we're focusing on growing our families, and we're focusing on being a better husband or a better wife, the outcome is always good. Matthew 6:34 says this, give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. Now this is out of the Message version. And do not get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. You see, God has placed you in right now with your wife or with your husband for you to grow and for you to learn and for you to get closer to each other. The present means that your awareness is completely centered around here and now. It's what God is doing right now in your relationship. For a husband and a wife, it's each other. God has given you a present setting right in front of you to live in the present with. It's so important to view our spouse as a present that God has given us to enjoy. It's like waking up at Christmas morning every single morning. Earlier, my daughter called me and said, hey, do you want to go get some Chick-fil-A? And they're moving on Thursday and going to be living a little ways from us. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm not going to have too many more opportunities. And my wife calls. And I said, you know what? I forgot exactly how I put it, but I said, I feel so blessed because I woke up this morning and you were prettier than you were yesterday. See, we need to be complimenting our spouse. Now, she told me I was pretty. I may be a little concerned, but we need to be complimenting our spouse on a regular basis. It should be something that they hear come from our lips all the time is compliments. In the present, right now. Don't think just because you said something nice yesterday that it helps for today. It doesn't. And don't say, think about doing it tomorrow. Do it today. Do it in the present. Do it right now. See, we're not worried about the future or thinking about the past. So many people in their relationships, they're stolen by what's happened in the past. Today's the new day. Tomorrow's going to take care of itself. If we have a strong every day, tomorrow will work itself out. We don't need to worry about that. When you're living in the present, you're living where life is happening. And I want to encourage you tonight to live where life is happening. Some couples are merely existing with each other. They're just living in the same house. Really, they're not even living with each other. They're just coexisting, cohabitating with each other. They have a wedding ring. They have a marriage license, but they're just cohabitating with each other. They've allowed things to come inside of their life that is stealing away what God has designed to bring together. See, togetherness in the present is where God desires us to be. See, we need to grow with one another. Today, right now, we need to be growing with one another. If we're not growing with our husband or our wife, and we're not encouraging each other in the Lord, encouraging each other in our relationship, we need to really evaluate where we are. And some people may need to seek out help to help them in these situations. See, Jesus designed marriage to be joyous, not, oh man, I wish I could work late so I don't have to go home. Or, oh man, you know, when we talk about our spouse, something should light up in our eyes. Our voice should get excited. We should be ready quickly to say good things about our spouse. See, I've seen too many people and couples waste their lives, like I said, living in the past, bringing up things that just doesn't matter, living in a world that's not yours to live in. The past is not ours to live in. It's gone. The future is not even ours to live in. It's not even here yet. But I can tell you where we can live, and that's right now. Is living right now with our husband and our wife. Right now is what matters. It's the present. James 4:14 through 15 says, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. You see, God does not want our life to just vanish away. He wants us to live every day in the fullness of what He has for us. And I believe when we said I do, and we said until death do us part, those two things go together. Jim Elliot, a famous, very well-known missionary, he said, wherever you are, be all there. Wherever you are, be all there. Another man said, I always live in the present. The future I can't know, and the past I no longer have. We need to live right now in the present. See, God has a plan for you and your spouse and your marriage right now. Again, I keep saying this because I want to drive this point home. My wife sometimes gets on to me for repeating myself, but I'm doing this on purpose. God has a plan for you individually, but God has a plan for your marriage too. It's up to you to live each day finding out what that plan is, getting closer to each other intentionally, doing things to draw closer one to another. As you move into the next phase of life, I tell you, my marriage has changed through the years. Renee and I have been married for 26 years. There we go. She's shaking her head yes. That's a brownie point. Good one. For 26 years. And our marriage is not the same that it was 26 years ago. It's not even the same that it was 20 years ago. It's really changed a lot just over the last few years. As you go through life and you're married and it's just you and your wife, and then you raise kids, and then all of a sudden grandkids come, and just the cycles of life begin to happen. You have to embrace where you are in your phase of life and where you are in your marriage, in your life, and make the most of that today and every single day afterwards. Each day presents its own challenges and rewards. Folks, if I told you that Renee and I never had a disagreement, I would be lying to you. If I told you that sometimes we don't argue with each other, I'd be lying to you. But you know what? We've learned how to fight fair. We've learned how to give each other the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we may say things to each other that's not kind, but we've learned to live and to grow and to forgive and to move forward. And we've been married for 26 years, almost 27 years. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today, right now, you need to move forward into the next phase of your life. Each day, we have an opportunity to be better. We have an opportunity to grow our marriage. We have an opportunity to watch movies together, to go on a walk with each other, to talk with each other, to lay aside the distractions that steal our time and our opportunities, to take that cell phone or that tablet, that device, whatever it is that's stealing your life, and to lay it to the side and be together one with another. It comes to this, one day at a time, making positive changes in your relationship one day at a time. When you live in the present, you're living where life is happening. I want to live where life is happening. Allow your marriage to grow as you get closer to each other, as you get closer to Jesus. Do things intentional to get closer to each other and closer to Jesus. In central Pennsylvania right now, it's a beautiful evening. It's like a summer evening almost. It feels really nice. Renee got home from work and we went on a walk. Let's go on a walk together. Let's live life together. Let's hold hands. Let's skip. The other day when we were walking, Renee said, do you want to skip? And we thought about it for a second, and then we realized we'd look pretty foolish, so we didn't. I believe a strong marriage, and I'm going to end with this. A strong marriage is a witness of the power of Jesus Christ. If you want to show the power of Jesus Christ in your life, have a strong marriage. In Matthew 5, Jesus gives the Sermon on the Mount, and he lists a bunch of blessed are thee statements. Blessed are thee, blessed are thee. You read the Sermon on the Mount. And he not finishes up, but right at the end of all the blessed are these, in Matthew 5:14, he says, you are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Be that light to those around you. Let your marriage be an example and a light for Jesus Christ. That people look at you and they look at your marriage and it provides hope for them. Let your strong marriage shine in this world full of darkness. I'm telling you, the devil would love to tear marriages apart. But Jesus is a restorer. And I want to encourage you tonight, regardless of where your marriage is, there's always hope. There's always hope. I'm not just trying to sell you something that's not real. Jesus Christ is real, and he can heal anything, any marriage, any situation. I said the other day, our website is www.polpa, Pentecostals of Lebanon, polpa.org. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a picture of my wife and I. You'll see our contact information. Please feel free to email us or call us. If you need any assistance or any help, we'll do whatever we can possible to help you. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow night, and you'll be able to see my wonderful wife, and she's going to talk about train up your child. And like I said, even if you think it's not applicable to you, I promise you, you can pull something out of it that applies to your life. God bless you all. Have a great night.